Okay, right. See, in any programming language, C, C++, Java, any programming language you can take, control statements are mandatory. If there are no control statements, things would happen in a sequential fashion. What does it mean? Control statement means what? You can control the things. Are you clear? Control statement means if we write a program such a way that you are a software engineer now. You are learning this particular course to become a software engineer, right? Being a software engineer, you can develop the program such a way that that will be embedded into product. Let's suppose this is the product. It has a Bluetooth option, it has a display option, it has a volume increases, it has an amplifier. There are a lot of things will be integrated. After writing the program, we have embedded into this device on top of the ROM, read-only memory. According to that, I can change the channel, I can increase the volume, I can decrease the volume. I'm able to control this particular device because you have written the program using controlling statements. Are you clear? If you have not written that kind of a dynamic program, I might not have a privilege to reduce the things. Let's suppose an AC. You have a remote. We can increase the temperature. We can decrease the temperature such a way that if we go down, it will be releases the coolness more and more. If you go up, it will be release the hot air also. See, here the point is that this remote is having a program where you will be having a privilege to control them. Are you clear? Yes or no? Which means we need a control statement. We need a control statement. How the control statement is classified? Let me write the main reason is that control statements will change flow of execution of the program instructions. As per the end user requirement, the software will work rather than sequential execution. See, computer knows only one thing is that if you write 10 lines of the code, it will execute each line in a sequential fashion. It's a by default nature of the computer program. That's the nature of the processor, we can say. But if there are 10 lines might exist, there are different conditions. Let's take. There is a nowadays hybrid cars. Do you know hybrid cars? What does it mean? Anybody have cars? See, these days you can see, the cars are hybrid in nature. Means one car will have a multiple fuel energies. Petrol, solar, electrical, CNG, like that. Why we need to have such kind of fuels? Basically, because sometimes the petrol is increasing a lot. That's the reason, electrical vehicles are becoming more and more in the market. If we overall purchasing the energy, electrical energy is more cheaper than the petrol energy. Yes or no? To reduce the cost, we can say. The point here I'm talking about is that if you write a program Which fuel need to be consumed as the first priority when you start the ignition of the car? Are you understanding my question? Because the engine is able to consume petrol, CNG, and what is called solar energy, electrical energy. All there are certain options. How do you write a program to control such a device? It's a program basically. That's possible only with a control statement. You have to write a program such a way that which is cheap. Firstly, is going to be check whether the CNG is available. Then it'll be suck that particular energy, and then the engine would start. Else means the level of underflow condition or overflow condition. The level of the CNG energy level is below certain level. If statement firstly failed, it will be go to the next is called as diesel. Next is solar, because we are in the rainy season, right? Sometimes due to more rainy, we cannot get the solar energy. Sometimes, right? To write such a programs, we need a control statement. If there are no control statements you have, all the fuels will come to the engine at a time. Is that a real practical solution you require? No, right? Absolutely. So, where customized programs depends on the condition. Yes or no? So, respective program need to be executed. Clear? We don't want to know. Let's suppose you have now outside is very cloudy and the environment is completely very cool, but you have used AC. But this AC is not a smart AC actually. Nowadays, you may purchase it with a higher level of the ACs, smart inverter ACs, which means it's not allow you to control the AC. The AC itself is a smart device. It will be absorb the climate conditions of the things. If the temperature of the room, we can see that. Now, what is the temperature of this room? You can see here, right? So where somewhere it is visible here. You see? Are you seeing here in the bottom? Yes or no? Here, 25 degrees now. So generally, I think fans you have switched on, ACs you have switched on, it's not required AC. If you are home, can you switch on the AC at this moment? You know the value of current bill, right? Yes or no? See, we shouldn't be very comfortable. Really, I'm saying, don't feel bad. If your children's at a school, if you switch on the AC and switch on the fans and teacher will teach something else, are they going to sleep or are they going to listen the class? They'll sleep the class. Automatically the drowsiness is come, So the classroom need to be controlled not by the teacher or not by the students. Because everybody is having a AC at home, everybody is having a car at home, everybody is luxurious life we are enjoying. It does not mean while learning the things, if we have a same situation, comfortable things, I think your body doesn't work. Great. But you need to write a program to control you. Now, that's the thing is going on now, yes or no? We are learning artificial intelligence, machine learning, many more programs. Human is always trying to commit to the mistake. Yes or no? To change your attitude, the programming or maybe applications are helping you to change your attitude. Yes or no? See, obviously, there will be cruise control, cruise control cars, high-end cars, BMW. If you go there, at a particular point of time, you need not to hold the steering. Can lift, car will go as usually with the 120, 150 kilometers per hour. Clear? Obviously, now we are about to buy, driverless cars. Already driverless metro is running. You see, next for 10 years, you cannot imagine such a electronic devices comes into your life. You cannot imagine. You cannot see the sweepers. You cannot see the homemade. We cannot see many more things at offices, at hotels, everywhere, at colleges, at hospitals. Slowly unmanned vehicle technology is becoming more and more stronger. EV technology, we can say. What does it mean? Unmanned vehicles means what? In place of the humanoid robots will become into picture because they also will work properly, and the robots are not going to feel tiredness. 24 by 7, the robot can work with the same constant, you know, activeness. Human, definitely 8 hours if you work. Ninth hour, our brain doesn't work. We require cigarette, we require tea. No, our body doesn't work properly. But robot, once you write a program, run everywhere else without any tiredness. It doesn't have a physical properties. Are you clear? We need such a solution now. Please, I'm not talking about what concept I'm telling you. I'm talking about what are the application areas to be applied your programming, what you are learning now. Are you clear? Yes, this is the chair. What type of chair it is? It is a physical chair. I can make this particular chair as a smart chair. If I keep on button here, if I want to go left, just if I press, it will be go left, right, like that, it can be act as a smart chair because you need a program for that. Wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, amplifier, remote, mobile, this particular headset, smartwatch, what not, everywhere you can see the electronic devices which are embedded with the programs. So I'm just making you clear that these programs are not to write a plus B or maybe a into B. Are you clear? Electronics, mechanical, electronical, and other devices are controlling with the help of the soft programming statements or instructions, such a way that things are controlled. Please, open up. Just try to think broadly. Don't think narrowly. If you think narrowly, your brain will be always roam here only. Are you clear? If I'm telling about one particular example, think little more example where I can apply the same similar concepts to be resolved. We are writing the program to resolve the real world problems. If there are 5 managers at a bank, cashiers, maybe accountants, at a time 5 people can be solved. They can take the DD, they can give the check, they can deposit the money. 5 people can be solved. On an average, 10 to 15 or 20 minutes, a person should be spent with an accountant to resolve that particular problem. Now, because of payment gateways, any number of millions or trillions of the people can initiate the transfer of the money at a particular point of time. Are you not getting transferred? The same service can bank managers do at a bank? Are they going to serve 10 million people at a particular point of time? That's the power of a program. Don't think that the program doesn't have a soul. Many students used to think that I'll write a program. If it is having errors also, it's okay. In labs, used to ask the students, right? Sir, I have only one error, sir. Why don't you pass me, sir? Why don't you give more marks, sir? It's really, you cannot believe. Humanoid, robots, nanotechnology robots now is able to remove the blood clot from your brain. Human is not doing operation now. Robots are doing that. That's a nanotechnology robots. 10 to the power of -9 is the size of the devices. Absolutely, cancer cells. Even the kidney stones, many more problems are resolving through your program, not with a human in. Just the doctor will be, if there is a blood clot or in your brain, when the humanoid robot will be go near here, it will be increase the temperature of this particular small device such a way that the blood is going to be, it will be liquid. Then the problem is resolved. Like that, the things are happening. Otherwise, we have to break our complete skull. If you want to do the, any heart surgery, we have to cut from here to here. That was a situation. Now, ever seen such a situation nowadays? Completely things have become very smart, but it requires more money. That's the reason we require insurance. If you want an insurance, you need a money. Yes, sir. Otherwise, insurance will not be given, right? So, guys, just you think innovatively. Don't think like a labor. I can see, if you don't apply your knowledge, you are a labor. Labor don't apply their knowledge. That's the reason from morning to evening they used to work routine way as a labor. What smart people will do? He will do real estate. In villages, everybody is doing same thing, right? Even he doesn't know what's the difference between acre and guntas, but still they'll talk about real estate. Yes or no? They don't want to work hard. They want to be survive in a smarter way. Applying agentship and all. For everybody, there is a tip. But who's going to be survive in the market for a more number of days for a longer time? The people who are highly educated, the people who are really intelligent people. You guys are graduated, right? Till now, you might have spent lakhs of money to come to this level. Now it's a time to become an expert into subjects where to apply your the knowledge from the beginning, from childhood, whatever mathematical, physical, chemistry, all the subjects you have learned, right? Those knowledge to be applied through programming, solve them very quickly. Time is saved, money is saved. That's the reason we are learning this program. Are you clear? Right. Great. So now the point is that logistically, control statements are classified into three types. One is conditional statements. Second one is looping statements. Third one is special statements. Clear? Please, your brain might not have a certain control statements, but computer should have a control statements. Otherwise, things will go in an infinite loop. Are you clear? But certain times infinite loop is also mandatory. Let's take a camera. It has to be captured the images 24/7 or not. It is an infinite problem. But sometimes we need only finite. Let's suppose you have entered 2,500 rupees to be withdrawn from the ATM. How many number of times it's a mechanical device, you know that, right? How many number of times the money dispenser machine need to be turned? Tell me. 5 times. If it is 500 denominations, right? Are you clear? If it is 100, 25 times it has to be rotated. Firstly, your program need to check the denominations are 100 rupee notes, 500 rupee notes, or 2000 notes, or what they are. If yes, then it will go to the next. If the candidate is entered the 500 rupees, if they are 500 rupees, one note is going to be dispensed. If the denominations are 100 rupees, 5 times 500 notes, 5 times it will be rotated. Is that rotating 5 times is the finite or infinite? Huh? Finite. Are you clear? I think we have seen in mathematics, right? Sattar. So can you tell me what are the conditional statements you have? As you know that, right? According to other programming language or maybe Python or R or any languages, this commonly we have statements. What are they? Yes. So we have simple if else, if elif else. Yeah, these are the three predefined statements. If you make I as a capital, it will be throws an error to you because these are the reserved keywords. Because the keywords has to be used unconditionally without changes of them. Similarly, the looping statements are for loop, while loop. Combinationally, nested loops are going to be formed. Comes to the special statements are break, continue, pass, return. These are the four are going to be a special statement in a special situations to be resolved. We are going to be apply them. We won't use those things every time, right? When it comes to syntaxes, it will be little change because in C programming, C++, Java, we used to write like this. Within the curly braces, we used to write the code. But in Python, curly braces have been removed and replaced that with the help of the condition will be written here. Colon is going to come. The colon indicates where the body of the if statement gets started. After the body would start, the cursor will go after one tab to the right. Here it will start the code. By default, interpreters and integrated development environments are set up accordingly. You need not to move the cursor from one place to another place. Once if you keep colon and if you enter, automatically cursor will go to the next line to the right side after one tab. That particular thing is called, what? Indentation. Indentation is nothing but alignment. But whereas in C, C++, Java, this indentation or alignment is not a criteria. It's not a strict rule. It's a loosely coupled. Clear? Body of if. I'll tell you with a appropriate example. And comes to if else, if condition, colon is mandatory here. Afterwards, body of if, right? And else, body of else. These are the syntaxes I'm talking about because we have to use in the same way. If you're trying to change the syntaxes, it will be throws a syntactical error to you. Clear? Yeah. Comes to if else. Here if colon body of if elif condition to colon body, and similarly elif condition 3 colon body. It will be go up to any number of times. The elif can be repeated any number of times. This if and else part, third kind of a statement will resolve. N number of cases can be solved. Because in Python, there is no switch case. So such a cases will be resolved with the help of third statement. Because in the real world, many of these things are going beyond two situations. If there is the ATM, you have entered a valid PIN. It will be go to the next window that where to enter the withdraw money to be entered. You have entered the invalid PIN. It will tell you that else part. If actual condition gets failed, if you make any mistakes, it will be go to the else part. Hey, you have entered an invalid PIN, it will say. But there is another case is that if you enter the invalid PIN number 3 times more than that, there is a third case is that as we have entered exceeded number of times, therefore your account has been blocked for 24 hours. This is the third case. Are you clear? Likewise, nowadays students results are not going to be declared with the percentages. Are you clear? With a grades. Yes or no? Why grades? Because there is a threshold value. If the student marks will be above 90%, he will be an extraordinary student. He will be A++ grade. It's a one case. This formula is applicable to all worldwide. See, it can be a CGPA. Yes or no? Now, if the student is greater than 80 percentile of marks aggregate, he will become under A grade. Above 70, C grade, E grade, F grade, failed. There are 6 possibilities are there to classify the students. If you write such an intelligent program, worldwide anybody will be there among these 6 cases, it will be classified. Yes or no? Clear? If the same decision making will be given to a man, 76.34 and 69.9 will be rounded as a 70. Human always make errors. Somebody might have got 59.96. He will be comes under second class or first class? Second class. But according to mathematical perspective, above 59.6, 59.4 is comes under second class only. But 59.6 will be rounded as a 70%. It's a fraction of things, it's a quite common natural problem. If you round the 60% will be comes under a 60% at first class. Most of the government exams, all this, they used to talk, minimum first class is required from 10th. Even the software companies also asking like that, right from the 10th to till to BTech, should not have any arrears. You should have first class percentage so that you will be allowed for the ADP to apply. So that you will be applied for the essential like that. Are there human will calculate all this? Computer will calculate. Everywhere we require control statements to filter the things for different purposes we can. For certain things, goodness, for certain things, people would encash the wrong things. Yes or no? If the same formula can be applicable for the politicians, if the people who are less than degree qualification, they are not eligible for the politically can be elect as, I think we can find hardly 1 to 3 people. Yes or no? I think next you people has to apply for becoming MLAs and all. Because all the politicians are 10th class candidates. Even 10th fails also. Malla Reddy, all these people. But they are ministers. Correct? Our India has such a, we are all unfortunate people, we are born in India. Somehow, at least your generation would be analyzed and you have to, understand the things and try to, move as soon as possible to the abroad. Because, in other countries, there are certain obstacles would come for us. But if you are a honest man, if you are genuinely, if you work for the other country, they never harm you. You will become a president of country also. Already proved that Rishi has become a president for London, right? But can India become a CM or somebody else from English people? Next 100 years also I cannot expect. Yes or no? So there is a lot of things, mathematically, all these, now we are going to write up programs, such a innovative programs, so that the programs can take care about decisions. Human need not to involve. See, let's suppose I'll tell you, West Bengal case, every day we are seeing different things. According to the Mamata Banerjee, I might have expected that she will be give the suited order for them to kill. KCR has given, right, last time. Why to think about this? They are cruel people. Who is going to talk about this? Everybody is fighting, everybody is demanding doctors, everybody is, think that, they have to be punished. That punishment is permanent. We shouldn't be entertained them to send to jail and giving food and all this, waste of money and waste of time also. What the politicians are doing? I never expected that Mamata Banerjee will be having that kind of politics. Now she's a politician. We thought that she's a good lady and she is the good contribution given to the state and she fought for many things. But now, definitely next time nobody will cast to vote her. Somebody will kill her also. Really, I'm saying. Why don't you take a decisions through computerization? If a man will be commit with certain mistake, directly hang. There is no further discussion about it. He can be a CM son or PM son, that doesn't matter. Will you make commitment? Will you make any mistake if you have such kind of rules? You go to Dubai. If you see at a woman, if the woman will be give a complaint towards you, next day they'll hang. Do you know that rule? Even Muslims cannot do that particular mistake. Are you clear?